Welcome back guys, Zanev Tech here. Today I got myself a really interesting product from AOHI. This is a company I've worked with before on the channel, and they were nice enough to send this MagFlash cable set to me. This is an all-in-one solution to getting storage and charging within the exact same cable, but it has a couple of add-ons as well. So let's get started first with how this thing works. This is going to be a flash drive that has a USB-C cable on the other end, while the flash drive is also USB-C. So you plug in this end here and it's shown by the letter A that this is the A end, and then the other one is the B end. The A end should always be the one that's toward the device. That way you have access to the flash storage. If you flip it the other way around, you will only have charging speeds and not the actual storage. So plugging this into a device, let's say a MacBook, a Windows computer, an iPad, or any device that supports USB-C, you'll be able to access the 512 gigabyte storage in this small little flash drive that has the cable magnetically attached to the bottom of it, and it fits perfectly in your backpack or wherever you take this with you. So you can edit on the go if you do YouTube videos, any other type of videos, or you can do it for documents or even photography or anything that requires you to take your storage with you. This is a really good way to do it. And the fact now that you can use this on an iPhone, for example, or an Android device that has USB-C, it works on multiple different devices through different companies as well. So that's a big benefit there. But then the other benefit here is that this thing is also a charging cable. So usually you would find a flash drive, it's just by itself, and it might have a port or two depending if it's like a USB-A and a USB-C flash drive. Those do exist. But for example, this one, it's a USB-C flash drive, no USB-A, but on the other side you have the charging cable end of it as well. So who might benefit from something like this? I think this is mostly for someone that doesn't have a lot of USB-C ports. For example, if you have an older MacBook that doesn't have MagSafe, it just has USB-C, for example, for storage, and then the other one for charging. But in this cable set, you can use one cable to use one port for storage and for charging if 512 gigabytes is plenty for your workflow. And I think this is a great little thing because, for example, the iPhone only has one port, or any other Android device might have only one port. So then if you plug in the storage into it, then you can't charge the phone unless it's like an iPhone with MagSafe or an Android device with wireless charging. But this one solves it all because you can get fast charging and storage at the exact same time. This cable supports 240 watts. So if you get a big power brick that has USB-C, then you can use the max potential of the charging for your device. There's not any 240 watt power supplies that have USB-C just yet. So even though the cable is rated 240, you won't find one out there for consumers. And computers don't really use that much right now unless like it's a huge workstation or it's a gaming computer. So you might be just sticking with whatever your device requires and getting a power brick that has the max fast charging speed for that device. But this cable will support it. You just need to provide your own power brick for the charging aspect of it. But going back to the storage part of it, this is really great. For example, for me, if I want to just take it with me and then I want to edit a couple of Final Cut Pro projects that I'm working on, this helps out a lot for my workflow. And then I can also charge with that exact same cable. So talking about the charging speeds though, this is a cool thing here that AOHI does in their other cable sets as well. They have a nice little LED indicator on the back of one of the heads. This will be your B connector head. And there you will have three LEDs. You will have a green one, a yellow one, and you will have that blue one. So the green one will show that pretty much your trickle charging. You would have the blue one for standard charging, and then you would have the yellow one for fast charging. And it's really nice having an LED that you can instantly just look at it. If you know what all three colors mean, you immediately know what type of status your device has for charging. So that's really beneficial. I do also like solutions, for example, where it has a little screen that tells you the wattage. But a lot of people might not really know what is a good wattage for the device or really know what the max potential is for that device when it's charging. So having a little LED on the top of the USB-C plug really tells you enough information without actually having to think what that information means. It's just a color that you need to know what it is, and then if it's good enough for your charging speeds. So it's really cool that they include that in there. But then the charging cable also extends into two additional pieces. Here you also have a coiled set. So this thing is about 6 feet, and you plug in one end of the charging cable with the storage, and then the other end you plug it into that power supply. And the other cable here is that you get a pretty much regular cable that has this nice silicone material on it just like the cold version. And then you plug in the storage cable here, and then you also have USB-C port on the other side. And this is a total of 4 feet. So you can get that 4 feet plus the storage, or you can get the 6 feet plus the storage, or you can connect all 3 of these pieces together and get a little bit more than 11 feet of cable and storage solution all in one. So it's really neat that you can choose if you want to use the straight cable or you want to use the cold one. And I really like the materials. I always mention this about AOHI products. Even the USB-C ports on the cables, on the ends, and the USB-C cables themselves, they have this really snug attaching mechanism that you know it's plugged in good when it just plugs in and clicks. And that's how you know it's in there all the way. There's a little gasket around the USB-C ports when you're plugging into the different parts of the cable. So make sure you don't really see any of that yellow anymore. That way you know that this is completely plugged in all the way. Otherwise it might just slip out and you won't have that nice charge or storage solution that you're looking for. And then they also include this nice little Velcro strap with the AOHI branding on it so that you have the ability to wrap this around because you're carrying a lot of different cables together. They're technically 3 different pieces. You can make it into all one solution or you can use it in separate pieces. Keep in mind that this cable by itself is just an extension cable. You don't have 2 USB-C plugs, of course, so you can't use this as a standalone cable. Neither can the cold version of it. So you must use this cable here to get both ends and actually have a full cable that you can use. One more thing I want to point out is that they include this nice little The Future MagFlash bag. So you can store all of your cables in here and then you can carry them with you in your bag. So it's really nice that they include all of this extra stuff, and kudos to them for the packaging. The packaging is always top notch. It looks like you would give this to someone, so they make it in a really nice gift format that you don't really find with other brands. Even though they're high quality brands, you usually don't find amazing packaging besides, you know, some cardboard, paper, box, and then you have the cable inside. While here, they just make it as a gift set and it looks really neat. But that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any additional questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will leave links to this cable so that you can get yourself one if you want to test it out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Zanev Tech is out.